Hey guys, Matthew, and today I want to bring you guys a video on how to maximize lab running. So last league, a few weeks ago, I made a video about how to basically go very fast and how to make a speed running character for lab running. But now today I want to focus on how to maximize making currency because of the way that lab was changed. So if you're not aware, lab basically historically was that you would finish up the lab and then you would press the divine font and you would get one enchant, which would be random on a piece of gear that you had chosen. Now they changed it so you actually see the enchants prior to actually putting it on a piece of gear, meaning you can actually decide to put specific enchants on specific helmets afterwards. If you were planning on enchanting X helmet and it turns out that you got an enchant for Y helmet, you can actually do that swap. And every single lab you get a choice of 3 enchants. Now if you're doing twice enchanted, you can double that, 6 enchants for that's just for helmets. You also get a pair of an enchant for your gloves and for your boots every single time. So there's a lot more potential, I guess you could say, and a lot less RNG in lab running, but there's still a lot of people who are going to lab run and make significantly less currency than they could because they lack the preparation. So the video today is going to be very short. I'm just going to go about basically a list of all the helmets and boots that I would personally always have in stock in order to make sure to maximize my value whenever I'm running lab. And then I'm going to show to you guys just a random example of essentially how I would go about choosing what to enchant specific enchants on. All right, so this is the list. It's basically, it's got about, I don't know, 20 different helmets or something and like 10 different pairs of boots. Maybe it's more, I don't know. I didn't really count. And basically these are the items that I would always again have in stock, just kind of sitting there so that at any given point I can put an enchant on them if they happen to basically be the best option I have. All right, so the way that I would do this, and by the way, this list is going to be in a pinned comment down in the comment section of the video. The way that I would do it is, let me just take a random skill jump here, like anything random, doesn't matter. So let's just say, I don't know, something that's not too popular right now. Let's just go with split arrow. Sure, why not? Okay. So let's say I'm running lab and I get a split arrow enchant. The way that I would try to figure out what is the best enchant to put, or sorry, the best base to put this enchant on is I would head over to PoE Ninja, which is going to be linked as well in the comment section and that pinned comment, and I would head over to builds. Now under builds, I would just simply type in the type, the skill that we're using here. So split arrow under search, and this is going to, this is basically, if I do that, going to tell me basically who is playing this build, right? And as part of who is playing this build, on the side here under items, I'm going to drop down on the menu and press helmet. So now I can see that in terms of split arrow, there is 81% of the people who are playing split arrow who are actually using Exile, which is a helmet. And therefore, if I have all the helmets available to me, all the proper bases, I would know that Exile is what I want to put this specific enchant on. Now, of course, not every split arrow enchant is going to be worth the same. There are going to be some good ones and some bad ones. The best way is probably going to be to simply basically look at these different characters. So I'm going to go helmet, Exile. Now it's going to show me only the characters who are running Exile. And then I'll be able to basically have a quick look at their profiles and see what enchant that they're running with, if they're running any enchant at all. So if, see, this guy, for example, is using Malevolence, and then you could just open up some more, to see if anybody of these guys have a split arrow enchant on their helmets. See, this guy has split arrow, fires 3 additional projectiles. Meaning, if I get split arrow, fires 3 additional projectiles, that's probably going to be the best one. As you can see, this guy is also rocking that. Now, I don't know what other enchants could have existed with split arrow. I'm not like a split arrow professional, but essentially this is how I would go about it. So I'll give you guys one more quick example, and then that's going to be it for the video. So let's just say, I don't know, let's just say Infernal Blow. Why not? Okay, so again, head over to builds, Infernal Blow. You'll see that the amount of people who are playing Infernal Blow are typically under helmets using Fractal Thoughts. Actually, pretty much every single person is using Fractal Thoughts. Okay, so they're using Fractal Thoughts, they're using Infernal Blow. We're going to go ahead and check out by DPS, open up a few of these profiles, and look at what kind of enchant they're running. Ancestral Protector Totem, okay. Infernal Blow damage, Infernal Blow debuff, Infernal Blow Fizz is gained as fire, Fizz gained as fire, Elemental Weakness Curse effect, and Fizz as fire, or whatever. So, or Fizz is extra fire. So as you can see, if I was to basically get an Infernal Blow enchant to show up, I would actually be probably putting it on a Fractal Thoughts, which again is also on the list over here. So this has basically a list of all the uniques, but also you'll see in some cases, people are just not really using unique helmets for their specific builds, right? There's a lot of builds that just don't use unique helmets, and because of that, I've also included the best bases and their proper item level for different for regular helmets as well. So let's say you got an enchant that doesn't apply, that doesn't seem to be used, the users don't seem to be using a specific unique. Then you would actually look at what kind of base type these people are using on their characters, which would be easy enough. So for example, I could go like Gladiator and look at Val Earthquake, and then let's see with these Val Earthquaker guys, what are they using as their helmets? Okay, so they're using regular rares, and then you'd look at what's the enchant that they're running. So for example, Flesh and Stone on these guys. So that's going to be the way to actually go about doing that whenever it's not a unique, whatever the build that you got the enchant for doesn't seem to be using any specific enchants for those builds. So anyways, this is how I would go about maximizing my profit in lab. I also did the same thing for boots. I added boots. I think there's a lot of potential for boots. And of course, if you get 3, helmet enchants, you get to choose one of the 3, but you also get a pair of boot enchant every single time, right? So that is free on top. So you should always trying to be maximizing the value of those boot enchants, not just the helmet. Otherwise, you're basically just leaving some currency on the table. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It's a very simple one. Before I go though, as always, I want to say a huge thank you to my supporters: Flame Scorpion, Richard, Willie D, Alex, Jordan, Emil, Raymond, Tim, Scott, Lost with a Map, Grimoire, Nathaniel, Kremis, Justin, Kevin, the other Justin, So Nice, Axel, Mercury, and Bizen, as well as, of course, anybody else who supported me in the past, anybody else who wishes to remain anonymous. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.